I first want to introduce myself. My name is Gail. I'm from Cape Town. In the year 2013, I was looking for a way to earn extra income. I'm a single parent, and my husband passed on in 1995 due to a chronic disease. I was looking for a way to make an extra income, and then I decided to sell the cleaning detergents that Dr. Mbas was just talking about. Cleaning detergents, and bought the recipes from the internet. I mixed the raw chemicals myself, and I was focused on an opportunity for my family. But little did I know what the next step was going to be. In 2014, I was diagnosed with a chronic disease. And I didn't have an opportunity to have my dream come true at that time. But thank God for His grace and His mercies. I'm celebrating my 11th year of healing. And I'm now passionate about the harm of chemicals. And trust that my story will help someone. Not only was I on my way to a recovery, but I discovered that this was a business opportunity where I could gain financial freedom and leave a legacy for my children. So I just wanted to share, and I'm honored to share this platform. Thank you, Charlie and Alta, so that I can share this platform on personal development that I received and to share it with you. And that is the retail challenge. Today I would like to talk about my experience of the benefits of incentives, and one in particular, the retail challenge created by Charlie and Alta. The purpose of the retail challenge is an extra income to boost your business in order to build your clientele stock, or for your own use, an extra saving, or to tick off of your goals on your dream chart. Please note 4 points which are very important when it comes to the retailing, of which I will not go into much detail as our time is limited. Number 1, what to do in order to get customers and to move products. Number 2, servicing of customers. Number 3, teaching downlines to earn a profit and how to maintain and retain their customers. Number 4, your proper admin order. One of my successful strategies I use are the list of names of those that view my status and updates. I would contact them, or when they are unavailable, send them a message and pop a question. I'm just going to give 2 examples. Good day, Sarah. I've noticed that you are one of my faithful followers and would like to know, what did you find interesting on my status that you viewed thus far? The other one I would do is, hi Dave, I've noticed that you have been liking my status, and I appreciate the interest you show. May I ask, what is it about the products that has drawn your attention in such a way? Remember, this is your own business. In both situations, I would receive the necessary answers that would indicate that need of products to proceed to the next step, which is to set up a suitable appointment. Referring to the need, I would gather the necessary products for demonstration. Please ensure that you include your retail slip booklet when you visit your customer. And everyone that's sitting here that has registered do have a retail sales book, because it comes into your kit. So the retail sales book it contains of the white slip, which you give to your customer. And the pink slip, you keep for your retail challenge, and you give it to your upline. And your green one, you keep into your booklet. When receiving an order where the payment is cash or via EFT, make sure you complete the retail booklet. If a customer only has a deposit to require purchase, note onto the retail slip and make sure to ask when the customer's salary date will be. Always take a deposit. And when the salary date will be, example, the 15th, the 25th, or the 30th. When a confirmation is received, write it next to the balance and make sure that both the seller and the purchaser signature appears on the slip to confirm the complete receipt. Thank your customer for his or her support as you hand over the top copy, white copy to them. Follow-up is key. A day before collection of the payment to confirm delivery. The payment date that you have noted onto your slip. On date of delivery, I will take a sample. I only brought one with. If I have sold the Super 10, then I will go, when I do this delivery of the Super 10, I will take a sample of the LDC and I will demonstrate the sample. You saw the demonstrations here, and I will take my next order. So you will repeat your retail slip again. And that is how you keep your customer. Follow the process of completing the retail slips again. Another way of using the retail slip is in a professional manner, is especially when you approach companies. Now, I have companies which I approach, and I do it in a professional mode. You download it from your back office, and you can digitally insert all the information on your back office, and you can then email the receipt to them. Please note, in an orderly admin is very important, as to update your customer cards regularly. Not only is that important, but you need to have your customer cards regularly. Okay, filled in. You filled in the name, the telephone number, address, the birth dates, because that's another way of getting your customer interested. And what I've noticed is the products card is January, February, March, April. This customer has bought a CalMac in February, omega-3 in March, magnesium in May, because the customer had a bone problem. Then full motion. And then when I demonstrated the Super 10 LDC, she bought the Super 10 LDC and the K in December. And this customer became my distributor afterwards. Okay. Despite completing my retail slips for each customer, I also keep a record of the sales in a separate book. So I've brought my own written copy. This is how you prepare your sales. I'm going to read it for you. Retail, October 2023. You put down the date, you put down the name, the PV, the profit, the telephone number. And this is the month of October. You add the totals at the bottom. You also add your new distributor sponsored, also at the bottom, with their NeoLife ID numbers and the PV they have done. And then At the bottom, I will say October 2023, retail total, sponsored, a 330 or 1, then your month is done. That is your admin orderly. And so you go on for your November and your December. At the end of each 3 months, the Eagle team requires all information regarding retail sales for the past 3 months. With the needed and updated admin, you have to submit to your upline in time, which is on the 30th or the 31st of each month, when it's month end. And here is the criteria for the retail challenge. Who can participate? Distributors, managers, senior managers, executive managers, and directors. How to qualify? Sponsor a distributor in 1 quarter. You only have to sponsor 1 distributor in 1 quarter. And do a minimum of 10,000 retail sales for the quarter. So the top 5 in retail sales, you will receive from 500 Rand to 1,500 Rand. An extra 250 if you sponsored. It is the upline's responsibility to submit the names and NeoLife ID numbers of distributors who qualify for this incentive to the Eagle Team office. Please make sure that your Eagle Team membership is valid or renewed. That's very important. Hand all your copies and invoices and PVs to your upline. So in conclusion, our prayer to God is always like this. Bless our finances, O Lord, our provider, and He do provide, but we do not act on it. So many of times we sit and we wait, but the blessings is already in our hands. Charlie and Alta has created this as an extra income. So why don't we go and take the opportunity that is given to us? And I want to say, Charlie and Alta, thank you for making this incredible incentive available to us. And I hope this information is very informative to you. Thank you.
Show them how you create your PV, your personal PV, each month in the first week, like you told me, and the last week. And the retail challenge is purely for our developing group, okay? So it's not for the entire thing, but anyhow, you share that. That's what they want to know, is how you create your PV, you told me, in your first week, and in the last week by delivering strategy. Just share that with them quickly.
Okay. In my first week, you must also know your clientele, because there's some of the clientele, most of my clientele is elderly people, which they only get paid when it's pension, when it's disability, and that. So I go to my customers and I service my customers according to the week that they get their salary or their pension. Okay? And then in the middle, I will work with my downlines. Because remember, you need to make a profit. It's your business, but you need to make a profit yourself. So the first week, I will work on my own to get my PV. Remember, 100-point value, you are needed. Each distributor needs to make a 100-point value. So work your 100-point value in that first week. Then you will help your downlines to make profit in the middle of the month. When it comes to the end of the month, then you take your orders at the end of it, you take your deposits, and you go and reservice that customer. And remember, some of our customers becomes distributors. So you are losing out on customers again. So you need to develop more customers to get to the retail challenge also. Because the retail challenge is not the products that you buy for yourself, but it's those of your customers. So I go and talk to my customers, and then whenever I reservice them and I help my downlines to also make a profit by having one-on-ones and by giving presentations and personal development of that. But you need to, your finances is very important, because you can have an order, but you don't have the money for the order. So you need to break it up into the times that you know your clientele has got the money. Because it's no use for you having the whole month running around, and because your time is very valuable. So you need to work out your time also per day. And the day before, the night before, I make my, I think somebody spoke about the diary. It's very important. So my to-do list for the next day are being done for the night before already. I hope I'm being clear.